Good day. Today we are going to talk about the DOS operation system. Our guests for this conversation are EUCLIDES BOHORQUEZ, TAYLIN RINCON, Ivan Contreras, and me, Juliana Suarez. Now, we are going to give way to Euclides, our fifth guest.
Introducing an historical background of DOS. Today, we will talk about one of the most influential operating systems in the early days of personal computing, MS-DOS, which helped define how we interact with computers for decades. To understand our is kind about it is important to place in the context of the early years of personal computing. Key points. Original of MC-DOS. MC-DOS, Microsoft this operating system, was created in 1981 by Microsoft in collaboration with IBM. IBM was seeking an operating system for its new PC, the IBM 5150, which would revolutionize the personal computer market. Microsoft, which originally did not have its own operating system, acquired a system called KDOS and Dirty Operating System, created by 10% of cellular computer products and modified in DOS to create MC-DOS. The agreement with IBM in 1918, IBM decided to enter the personal computer market but did not have an appropriate operating system for its PC. Initially, there was the idea of using CP/M, a popular operating system for microcomputers at the time, but total licensing issues in being obtained for MS-DOS, which ultimately became a global success. The impact of IBM is thus the IBM's choice of MS-DOS was pivotal to Microsoft's success. Instead of developing a closed operating system for its PC, IBM decided that a manufacturer could build a computer compatible with IBM's PC as long as it uses MC-DOS. This allowed IBM's software and hardware to spread rapidly to other manufacturers, creating the PC standard that we know today. Microsoft's company, although MC-DOS killed it because successful, it was not the only operating system available at the time. Other systems like CP/M, which are rarely gained popularity, and Apple's operating system also come in the market. However, it being decided to make its PC open and Microsoft started it those license MC-DOS to other companies contributing to MC-DOS because becoming the dominant standard for personal computers of that era. At that time, Microsoft was taking its first steps toward becoming one of the largest companies in the software industry, and MC-DOS played a crucial role in the journey.
General features of DOS. Now let's talk about general features of MS-DOS. Although it was a basic command line operating system, it had several that made it popular during its key points. command line interface. AM-DOS did not have a graphical interface of we know in today. Instead of flicking on icon with a mouse, user had to type commands to perform tasks. For example, to list the false inventory, you type there. To copy files, you used the copy command. FAT file system. The FAT file allocation type file system was used in AM-DOS, allowing file movements on hard drive or flop disks, although very simple compared to modern file system. It was an important foundation in the early years of personal computer. Multi-static limitation. Multi-static limitation. Although AM-DOS was revolutionary for its time, one of its biggest limitations was its lack of multi-static. This meant that users could not efficiently run more than one program at a time. For example, if you were writing a document in a word process, you could not listen to music of person outer start without having to close the program. This represented a clear limitation compared to other, more advanced operating systems. Manual system configuration. Unlike today's is operating system where many configurations are done automatically. AM-DOS required users to edit configuration files such as config sys and autoset, but to control aspects of the system such as the amount of memory or database monuments. This process was somewhat complex and could cause problems is not done correctly. Although it may seem rudimentary today, AM-DOS was incredibly efficient and sufficient for the needs of users at the time, offering complete control over the hardware for those with the conduit to interact with it.
The evolution of DOS and its impact. MC-DOS didn't remain static. Over the years, it was updated, and such version brought new features that improved functionality and adapted to the technological advance of the time. Key points. Evolution of MS-DOS. The first version, MS-DOS 1.0, was quite limited, but with the rise of MC-DOS 2.0 in 1983, significant improvements were introduced, such as support for hard drives and organized files into directories, which made file management much easier. MS-DOS 3.0 and later versions added support for large storage capacities and better hardware compatibility option. Programming innovation. During the paid years of MS-DOS, software applications such as WordPerfect, Lotus 1, 2, 3, and AutoCAD emerged, which were especially designed to take advantage of the operation system's capabilities. Programmers had to be very creative, making the most of the system's limited resources. The rise of games and business applications. MS-DOS was especially popular in business and in homes that were become familiar with people computers. Programs like Lotus 123 revolutionized the world of accounting, and WordPerfect was a widely used word processor in Office. Furthermore, the operation system also allowed the first computer games to become popular, helping to accept the use of PCs beyond the profession cheaper. The impact of those on low-level programming. Programmers working on MS-DOS had to learn to work directly with the hardware. The operation system didn't offer the high-level abstract we have today, so developers were forced to work at the level of memory and input-output device. This experience provided value to many programs who later worked on more complex systems. MS-DOS was not only important for this simple, but it was also the testing group for many of the technologies we take for granted in modern operation systems today. Although its limits were obvious, the way people to advance of tool limitation drove the development of personal computing.
The legacy of DOS and its influence on today's operating system. Although MS-DOS is no longer widely used, its legacy has lived on in many aspects of modern operating systems, and some of its founding principles live on in today's technology. Key points. The command line remains one of the greatest legacy of DOS is the concept of the command line. Although most current operating systems, such as Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, have graphical interface, terminal and command console remain powerful tools for system administrators and programmers. Basic commands such as dir, cd, and del are still present in modern versions of Windows. Influence or graphical operating system. Early versions of Windows, such as Windows 3.1, ran on the top of FS-DOS, meaning the Microsoft graphical operating system relied on basic DOS commands. This relationship also allowed for the gradual transition of user to a graphical interface without completely abandoning the fundamental features of MS-DOS. The design of modern operating system, MS-DOS laid the groundwork for many for the aspects we still see in today's operating system, such as the directory structure, the file system, system resource management, and the use of the command line. Although modern operating systems are much more advanced, the basic design of MS-DOS remains an important benchmark in software development. Influence on embedded systems. Although MS-DOS was replaced by more sophisticated systems, its focus on directly managing hardware and limited resources remain relevant in the world of embedded system and resource-constrained devices. Many devices such as some routers, printer, and point-of-sale machine still operate with systems based on those principles or very similar ones. In summary, although MS-DOS is no longer used as the primary operating system, its influence can be seen in the many aspects of the modern technology, from the command line to the focus on software efficiency. The legacy of DOS remains an integral part of the development of computing. And finally, although MS-DOS was replaced by more advanced operating systems, its history and impact on personal computing are undeniable. It leaves us with a series of principles and technologies that are still useful today. And thank you all for participating in this journey through the history and operating system that in many ways was the precursor to everything we know today. Thank you for your time.